medieval, medieval,
中世に関する。
medieval castle, medieval castle, medieval history, medieval history, medieval times, medieval times, medieval,
中世の。
fascinating, fascinating,
非常に興味深い。
fascinating story, fascinating story, find it fascinating, find it fascinating, fascinating personality, fascinating personality, fascinating,
魅力的な。
dock, dock,
船が荷物を積み下ろす場所。
ship and dock, ship and dock, dock a boat, dock a boat, cargo dock, cargo dock, dock,
鳩場、船をドックに入れる。
retreat, retreat,
後ろに下がる。
military retreat, military retreat, retreat into silence, retreat into silence, retreat to safety, retreat to safety, retreat,
退却する、退却。
productivity, productivity,
生産の割合。
increase productivity, increase productivity, low productivity, low productivity, work productivity, work productivity, productivity,
生産性。
shiny, shiny,
光を反射する。
shiny shoes, shiny shoes, shiny surface, shiny surface, shiny hair, shiny hair, shiny,
輝く。
organism, organism,
生きている存在。
single-celled organism, single-celled organism, living organism, living organism, complex organism, complex organism, organism,
生物。
sow, sow,
種をまく。
sow seeds, sow seeds, sow the field, sow the field, sowed out, sowed out, sow,
種をまく。
courageous, courageous,
勇気を示す。
courageous act, courageous act, be courageous, be courageous, courageous decision, courageous decision, courageous,
勇敢な。
kneel, kneel,
膝をつく。
kneel in prayer, kneel in prayer, kneel before, kneel before, kneel down, kneel down, kneel,
ひざまずく、
procession, procession,
前に進む人の列、
funeral procession, funeral procession, grand procession, grand procession, procession of cars, procession of cars, procession,
行列、
majesty, majesty,
壮麗さや王の称号、
your majesty, your majesty, natural majesty, natural majesty, royal majesty, royal majesty, majesty,
威厳、陛下、
suspicion, suspicion,
何かが怪しいという考え、
strong suspicion, strong suspicion, arouse suspicion, arouse suspicion, under suspicion, under suspicion, suspicion,
疑い、
desperately, desperately,
非常に切迫して、
desperately need, desperately need, try desperately, try desperately, desperately hope, desperately hope, desperately,
必死に、
startle, startle,
突然驚かせる、
startle someone, startle someone, startle easily, startle easily, loud noise startled, loud noise startled, startle,
驚かせる、
heir, heir,
財産や称号を受け継ぐ人、
legal heir, legal heir, heir to the throne, heir to the throne, only heir, only heir, heir,
相続人、
illusion, illusion,
偽りの考えや見え方、
optical illusion, optical illusion, illusion of safety, illusion of safety, live in illusion, live in illusion, illusion,
幻想、
progressive, progressive,
変化や改善を支持する、
progressive ideas, progressive ideas, progressive policy, progressive policy, progressive movement, progressive movement, progressive,
進歩的な、
utter, utter,
完全な言うこと、
utter nonsense, utter nonsense, utter a word, utter a word, utter silence, utter silence, utter,
完全な、発する、
mourn, mourn,
死を悼む、
mourn a loss, mourn a loss, mourn deeply, mourn deeply, mourn the dead, mourn the dead, mourn,
悲しむ。
solely, solely,
他に関わらずただだけ。
solely responsible, solely responsible, solely for fun, solely for fun, solely based on, solely based on, solely,
ただだけ。
strive, strive,
一生懸命に努力する。
strive for success, strive for success, strive to improve, strive to improve, continue to strive, continue to strive, strive,
努力する。
snatch, snatch,
素早く奪い取る。
snatch a bag, snatch a bag, snatch away, snatch away, quick snatch, quick snatch, snatch,
ひったくる、ひったくり。
omit, omit,
省略する。
omit details, omit details, omit from the list, omit from the list, omit entirely, omit entirely, omit,
省く。
soul, soul,
ただ一つの。
sole purpose, sole purpose, sole survivor, sole survivor, sole responsibility, sole responsibility, sole,
唯一の。
despise, despise,
強く嫌う。
despise injustice, despise injustice, despise someone, despise someone, despise weakness, despise weakness, despise,
軽蔑する。
obedience, obedience,
命令に従うこと。
strict obedience, strict obedience, obedience to rules, obedience to rules, show obedience, show obedience, obedience,
服従。
boredom, boredom,
退屈な状態。
feel boredom, feel boredom, cause boredom, cause boredom, overcome boredom, overcome boredom, boredom,
退屈。
furnish, furnish,
家具などを備え付ける。
furnish a room, furnish a room, fully furnished, fully furnished, furnish details, furnish details, furnish,
備え付ける。
daring, daring,
勇気を示す。
daring move, daring move, daring explorer, daring explorer, daring rescue, daring rescue, daring,
大胆な、
appreciation, appreciation,
感謝や評価、
show appreciation, show appreciation, art appreciation, art appreciation, deep appreciation, deep appreciation, appreciation,
感謝、感傷、
prosper, prosper,
成功、成長する、
business prospers, business prospers, prosper in life, prosper in life, prosper economically, prosper economically, prosper,
繁栄する、
rosy, rosy,
希望に満ちたバラ色の、
rosy future, rosy future, rosy cheeks, rosy cheeks, rosy outlook, rosy outlook, rosy,
バラ色の楽観的な、
noticeable, noticeable,
容易に目につく、
noticeable change, noticeable change, noticeable improvement, noticeable improvement, barely noticeable, barely noticeable, noticeable,
目立つ、
fantastic, fantastic,
非常に良い創造的な、
fantastic idea, fantastic idea, feel fantastic, feel fantastic, fantastic world, fantastic world, fantastic,
素晴らしい、空想的な、
vivid, vivid,
非常に明確で鮮やか、
vivid memory, vivid memory, vivid colors, vivid colors, vivid imagination, vivid imagination, vivid,
鮮やかな、生き生きとした、
brutal, brutal,
非常に残酷な、
brutal attack, brutal attack, brutal honesty, brutal honesty, brutal crime, brutal crime, brutal,
残酷な、
disguise, disguise,
身分を隠すこと、
in disguise, in disguise, disguise voice, disguise voice, disguise as a guard, disguise as a guard, disguise,
変装する、変装、
consult, consult,
助言を求める、
consult a doctor, consult a doctor, consult with family, consult with family, consult the manual, consult the manual, consult,
相談する、
frustration, frustration,
イライラや失望、
feel frustration, Feel frustration. Source of frustration. Source of frustration. Deal with frustration. Deal with frustration. Frustration.
欲求不満、挫折。
Cunning. Cunning.
狡猾な。
Cunning trick. Cunning trick. Use cunning. Use cunning. Cunning smile. Cunning smile. Cunning.
ずる賢い、ずる賢さ。
Prescription. Prescription.
医薬品の指示書。
Get a prescription. Get a prescription. Prescription drugs. Prescription drugs. Fill a prescription. Fill a prescription. Prescription.
処方箋。
Particle. Particle.
非常に小さな粒。
Dust particle. Dust particle. Tiny particle. Tiny particle. Subatomic particle. Subatomic particle. Particle.
粒子。
Hug. Hug.
しっかり抱く。
Give a hug. Give a hug. Hug tightly. Hug tightly. Warm hug. Warm hug. Hug.
抱きしめる、抱擁。
Absurd. Absurd.
不合理で馬鹿げている。
Absurd idea. Absurd idea. Completely absurd. Completely absurd. Absurd situation. Absurd situation. Absurd.
馬鹿げた。
Assemble. Assemble.
集める、組み立てる。
Assemble furniture. Assemble furniture. Assemble the team. Assemble the team. Assemble parts. Assemble parts. Assemble.
集める、組み立てる。
Refusal. Refusal.
拒絶すること。
Firm refusal. Firm refusal. Refusal to answer. Refusal to answer. Meet with refusal. Meet with refusal. Refusal.
拒否。
Uncertainty. Uncertainty.
確かでないこと。
Economic uncertainty. Economic uncertainty. Feeling of uncertainty. Feeling of uncertainty. Uncertainty about future. Uncertainty about future. Uncertainty.
不確実性。
Conceal. Conceal.
秘密にする。
Conceal a weapon. Conceal a weapon. Conceal the truth. Conceal the truth. Conceal emotions. Conceal emotions. Conceal.
隠す。
Expedition. Expedition.
目的のある長い旅。
Scientific expedition. Scientific expedition. Expedition team. Expedition team. Go on an expedition. Go on an expedition. Expedition.
探検、遠征。
Unjust. Unjust.
公平でない。
Unjust system. Unjust system. Unjust treatment. Unjust treatment. Feel unjustly accused. Feel unjustly accused. Unjust.
不当な。
Tragic. Tragic.
大きな悲しみをもたらす。
Tragic accident. Tragic accident. Tragic ending. Tragic ending. Tragic hero. Tragic hero. Tragic.
悲劇的な。
Edit. Edit.
文章やメディアを整える。
Edit a document. Edit a document. Video edit. Video edit. Edit for clarity. Edit for clarity. Edit.
編集する。
Declaration. Declaration.
正式な発表。
Make a declaration. Make a declaration. Tax declaration. Tax declaration. Independence declaration. Independence declaration. Declaration.
宣言。
Vow. Vow.
厳粛な誓い。
Wedding vow. Wedding vow. Vow to protect. Vow to protect. Keep a vow. Keep a vow. Vow.
誓う、誓い。
Tighten. Tighten.
よりきつくする。
Tighten the screws. Tighten the screws. Tighten control. Tighten control. Tighten the lid. Tighten the lid. Tighten.
閉める。
Tolerate. Tolerate.
黙って受け入れる。
Tolerate noise. Tolerate noise. Tolerate differences. Tolerate differences. Tolerate pain. Tolerate pain. Tolerate.
我慢する。
Gloomy. Gloomy.
暗くて憂鬱な。
Gloomy weather. Gloomy weather. Feel gloomy. Feel gloomy. Gloomy future. Gloomy future. Gloomy.
暗い、憂鬱な。
Suspend. Suspend.
一時的に止める。
Suspend a project. Suspend a project. Suspend from school. Suspend from school. Suspend judgment. Suspend judgment. Suspend.
一時停止する。
imitation, imitation,
真似すること、
imitation leather, imitation leather, poor imitation, poor imitation, perfect imitation, perfect imitation, imitation,
模倣、
acquisition, acquisition,
得ること、
language acquisition, language acquisition, acquisition of skills, acquisition of skills, company acquisition, company acquisition, acquisition,
獲得、
warrior, warrior,
勇敢な兵士、
ancient warrior, ancient warrior, brave warrior, brave warrior, warrior spirit, warrior spirit, warrior,
戦士、
verb, verb,
動作を示す言葉、
use a verb, use a verb, irregular verb, irregular verb, main verb, main verb, verb,
動詞、
physically, physically,
身体的に、
physically fit, physically fit, physically active, physically active, physically tired, physically tired, physically,
身体的に、
batch, batch,
まとまり、
a batch of cookies, a batch of cookies, batch number, batch number, batch processing, batch processing, batch,
一束、一群、
honorable, honorable,
尊敬されるに値する、
honorable mention, honorable mention, honorable person, honorable person, honorable title, honorable title, honorable,
尊敬すべき、
anticipate, anticipate,
期待、予測する、
anticipate change, anticipate change, highly anticipated, highly anticipated, anticipate problems, anticipate problems, anticipate,
予期する、
volcano, volcano,
噴火する山、
active volcano, active volcano, dormant volcano, dormant volcano, volcano eruption, volcano eruption, volcano,
火山、
sentiment, sentiment,
個人的な感情、
public sentiment, public sentiment, emotional sentiment, emotional sentiment, national sentiment, national sentiment, sentiment,
感情、感想、
severely, severely,
非常に、
severely damaged, severely damaged, severely punished, severely punished, severely limited, severely limited, severely,
厳しく、
flexible, flexible,
曲がる、適用できる、
flexible schedule, flexible schedule, flexible rules, flexible rules, flexible mind, flexible mind, flexible,
柔軟な、
feast, feast,
盛大な食事、
holiday feast, holiday feast, feast on meat, feast on meat, wedding feast, wedding feast, feast,
宴会、ご馳走を出す、
eagerly, eagerly,
とても関心を持って、
eagerly await, eagerly await, listen eagerly, listen eagerly, eagerly join, eagerly join, eagerly,
熱心に、
soar, soar,
急に上がる、
prices soar, prices soar, soar into the sky, soar into the sky, soaring temperature, soaring temperature, soar,
急上昇する、
fertile, fertile,
多くを生み出せる、
fertile soil, fertile soil, fertile imagination, fertile imagination, fertile land, fertile land, fertile,
肥沃な、多産な、
overhead, overhead,
上にある、
overhead light, overhead light, fly overhead, fly overhead, overhead bin, overhead bin, overhead,
頭上の、頭上に、
modify, modify,
小さく変える、
modify a plan, modify a plan, genetically modified, genetically modified, modify behavior, modify behavior, modify,
修正する、
bond, bond,
つながり、金融証書、
strong bond, strong bond, bond between friends, bond between friends, government bond, government bond, bond,
絆、再建、
comprehension, comprehension,
理解する力、
reading comprehension, reading comprehension, lack comprehension, lack comprehension, test comprehension, test comprehension, comprehension,
理解、
irony, irony,
逆のことを言って皮肉る、
use irony, use irony, verbal irony, verbal irony, bitter irony, bitter irony, irony,
皮肉、
surgeon, surgeon,
手術を行う医師、
heart surgeon, heart surgeon, skilled surgeon, skilled surgeon, surgeon general, surgeon general, surgeon,
外科医、
lick, lick,
舌で舐める、
lick the spoon, lick the spoon, lick a wound, lick a wound, dog licks face, dog licks face, lick,
舐める、
refuge, refuge,
安全な場所、
seek refuge, seek refuge, refuge from war, refuge from war, refugee camp, refugee camp, refuge,
避難、避難所、
bulk, bulk,
大きさ、量、
buy in bulk, buy in bulk, bulk of the work, bulk of the work, bulk order, bulk order, bulk,
大量、大部分、
peel, peel,
外側を剥ぐ、
peel an apple, peel an apple, orange peel, orange peel, peel off, peel off, peel,
皮を剥く、皮、
cactus, cactus,
砂漠の植物、
cactus grows, cactus grows, spiky cactus, spiky cactus, cactus garden, cactus garden, cactus,
サボテン、
grieve, grieve,
深く悲しむ、
grieve for a loss, grieve for a loss, grieve deeply, grieve deeply, allow time to grieve, allow time to grieve, grieve,
悲しむ、
forehead, forehead,
頭の前面、
wipe forehead, wipe forehead, broad forehead, broad forehead, kiss on the forehead, kiss on the forehead, forehead,
額、
productive, productive,
多くを生み出す、
productive day, productive day, productive meeting, Productive meeting. Highly productive. Highly productive. Productive.
生産的な。
Aisle. Aisle.
座席や棚の間の通路。
Walk down the aisle. Walk down the aisle. Aisle seat. Aisle seat. Grocery aisle. Grocery aisle. Aisle.
通路。
Sphere. Sphere.
球体活動領域。
Political sphere. Political sphere. Sphere of influence. Sphere of influence. Earth sphere. Earth sphere. Sphere.
球体、領域。
Ensure. Ensure.
経済的に守る。
Insure a car. Insure a car. Fully insured. Fully insured. Insure against loss. Insure against loss. Insure.
保険をかける。
Dense. Dense.
ぎっしり詰まった。
Dense forest. Dense forest. Dense population. Dense population. Dense fog. Dense fog. Dense.
密集した。
Dip. Dip.
軽く沈める、下がる。
Dip into water. Dip into water. Dip in temperature. Dip in temperature. Chip dip. Chip dip. Dip.
軽く浸す、軽く浸すこと。
Distress. Distress.
深い苦しみ。
Emotional distress. Emotional distress. Financial distress. Financial distress. In great distress. In great distress. Distress.
苦悩、苦しめる。
Prominent. Prominent.
目立つ、重要な。
Prominent figure. Prominent figure. Prominent position. Prominent position. Prominent role. Prominent role. Prominent.
著名な、目立つ。
Statesman. Statesman.
有能な政治指導者。
Respected statesman. Respected statesman. Elder statesman. Elder statesman. Great statesman. Great statesman. Statesman.
政治家。
Experimental. Experimental.
実験に基づく。
Experimental stage. Experimental stage. Experimental method. Experimental method. Experimental drug. Experimental drug. Experimental.
実験的な。
Isolated. Isolated.
他と離れている。
Isolated village. Isolated village. Feel isolated. Feel isolated. Isolated incident. Isolated incident. Isolated.
孤立した。
Likewise. Likewise.
同じように。
Act likewise. Act likewise. Respond likewise. Respond likewise. Thank you, likewise. Thank you, likewise. Likewise.
同様に。
Sue. Sue.
法的措置を取る。
Sue a company. Sue a company. Sue for damages. Sue for damages. Sue in court. Sue in court. Sue.
訴える。
Remedy. Remedy.
治療や解決策。
Natural remedy. Natural remedy. Remedy for a problem. Remedy for a problem. Seek a remedy. Seek a remedy. Remedy.
治療法、解決策。
Electronics. Electronics.
電子機器。
Bioelectronics. Bioelectronics. Consumer electronics. Consumer electronics. Electronic store. Electronic store. Electronics.
電子機器。
Fluent. Fluent.
スムーズに話すまたは書くこと。
Fluent in English. Fluent in English. Fluent speaker. Fluent speaker. Fluent writing. Fluent writing. Fluent.
流暢な。
Farewell. Farewell.
別れの挨拶。
Farewell party. Farewell party. Farewell speech. Farewell speech. Bid farewell. Bid farewell. Farewell.
別れ、別れの。
Fierce. Fierce.
非常に強く攻撃的な。
Fierce competition. Fierce competition. Fierce storm. Fierce storm. Fierce expression. Fierce expression. Fierce.
激しい、獰猛な。
Sprinkle. Sprinkle.
小さな粒や液体をまく。
Sprinkle salt. Sprinkle salt. Sprinkle water. Sprinkle water. Sprinkle on top. Sprinkle on top. Sprinkle.
振りかける。
Prevail. Prevail.
広く普及する、かつ。
Prevail in battle. Prevail in battle. Prevailing opinion. Prevailing opinion. Justice prevails. Justice prevails. Prevail.
普及する、かつ。
Canine. canine,
犬に関する。
canine teeth, canine teeth, canine species, canine species, trained canine, trained canine, canine,
犬、犬の。
patron, patron,
団体や個人の支援者。
art patron, art patron, loyal patron, loyal patron, patron of the arts, patron of the arts, patron,
講演者。
fetch, fetch,
何かを取りに行く。
fetch a ball, fetch a ball, fetch water, fetch water, fetch a high price, fetch a high price, fetch,
取ってくる。
plead, plead,
切実に頼む。
plead for help, plead for help, plead guilty, plead guilty, plead with someone, plead with someone, plead,
嘆願する。
consensus, consensus,
全体の合意。
reach a consensus, reach a consensus, general consensus, general consensus, lack of consensus, lack of consensus, consensus,
合意。
suspicious, suspicious,
信じられない。
suspicious behavior, suspicious behavior, suspicious package, suspicious package, look suspicious, look suspicious, suspicious,
疑わしい。
accurately, accurately,
正しく。
measure accurately, measure accurately, predict accurately, predict accurately, describe accurately, describe accurately, accurately,
正確に。
resign, resign,
職を辞める。
resign from a position, resign from a position, resign as president, resign as president, forced to resign, forced to resign, resign,
辞職する。
stain, stain,
汚す。
remove a stain, remove a stain, blood stain, blood stain, stained clothes, stained clothes, stain,
シミ、汚す。
oriental, oriental,
東洋に関する。
oriental culture, oriental culture, oriental cuisine, oriental cuisine, oriental medicine, oriental medicine, Oriental.
東洋の。
Dissolve. Dissolve.
液体に溶ける。
Dissolve sugar. Dissolve sugar. Dissolve completely. Dissolve completely. Dissolve a company. Dissolve a company. Dissolve.
溶かす。
Moderate. Moderate.
過度でも不足でもない。
Moderate climate. Moderate climate. Moderate exercise. Moderate exercise. Moderate increase. Moderate increase. Moderate.
適度な。
Microwave. Microwave.
食品を温める装置。
Use a microwave. Use a microwave. Microwave oven. Microwave oven. Microwave popcorn. Microwave popcorn. Microwave.
電子レンジ。
Imperfect. Imperfect.
欠点がある。
Imperfect system. Imperfect system. Imperfect knowledge. Imperfect knowledge. Slightly imperfect. Slightly imperfect. Imperfect.
不完全な。
Torch. Torch.
持ち運べる明かり。
Hold a torch. Hold a torch. Torch relay. Torch relay. Burn with a torch. Burn with a torch. Torch.
松明。
Trim. Trim.
きれいに刈る。
Trim the hedge. Trim the hedge. Trim hair. Trim hair. Trim expenses. Trim expenses. Trim.
刈り込む。
Defect. Defect.
欠点、弱点。
Product defect. Product defect. Genetic defect. Genetic defect. Serious defect. Serious defect. Defect.
欠陥。
Optimistic. Optimistic.
良いことを期待する。
Optimistic view. Optimistic view. Remain optimistic. Remain optimistic. Optimistic forecast. Optimistic forecast. Optimistic.
楽観的な。
Evaluation. Evaluation.
評価。
Performance evaluation. Performance evaluation. Teacher evaluation. Teacher evaluation. Self-evaluation. Self-evaluation. Evaluation.
評価。
Attendant. Attendant.
補助する人。
Flight attendant. Flight attendant. Parking attendant. Parking attendant. Attendant at the hospital. Attendant at the hospital. Attendant.
付き添い、係員。
Rag. Rag.
小さな布切れ。
Dirty rag. Dirty rag. Wipe with a rag. Wipe with a rag. Old rag. Old rag. Rag.
ボロ切れ。
Rib. Rib.
胸の骨。
Broken rib. Broken rib. Spare ribs. Spare ribs. Feel rib pain. Feel rib pain. Rib.
肋骨。
Condense. Condense.
より濃縮された形にする。
Condense a text. Condense a text. Condensed milk. Condensed milk. Condense into droplets. Condense into droplets. Condense.
凝縮する。
Wit. Wit.
起点やユーモア。
Sharp wit. Sharp wit. Sense of wit. Sense of wit. Quick wit. Quick wit. Wit.
基地、ウィット。
Unaware. Unaware.
知らない状態。
Unaware of danger. Unaware of danger. Completely unaware. Completely unaware. Remain unaware. Remain unaware. Unaware.
気づかない。
Sacred. Sacred.
宗教的に重要な。
Sacred ground. Sacred ground. Sacred ceremony. Sacred ceremony. Sacred text. Sacred text. Sacred.
神聖な。
Faithfully. Faithfully.
忠実かつ正確に。
Serve faithfully. Serve faithfully. Faithfully follow. Faithfully follow. Report faithfully. Report faithfully. Faithfully.
忠実に。
Flourish. Flourish.
成功して成長する。
Business flourishes. Business flourishes. Flourish in art. Flourish in art. Flourishing economy. Flourishing economy. Flourish.
繁栄する。
Accomplishment. Accomplishment.
達成されたこと。
Great accomplishment. Great accomplishment. Personal accomplishment. Personal accomplishment. Celebrate accomplishment. Celebrate accomplishment. Accomplishment.
成果、業績。
Diligent. Diligent.
熱心に働く。
Diligent student. Diligent student. Diligent effort. Diligent effort. Study diligently. Study diligently. Diligent.
勤勉な、
Clay. Clay.
陶芸などに使われる柔らかい土。
Shape clay. Shape clay. Clay pot. Clay pot. Wet clay. Wet clay. Clay.
粘土、
Regulate. Regulate.
規則で制御する。
Regulate traffic. Regulate traffic. Regulate temperature. Regulate temperature. Government regulates. Government regulates. Regulate.
規制する。
Misfortune. Misfortune.
悪い運。
Suffer misfortune. Suffer misfortune. Stroke of misfortune. Stroke of misfortune. Series of misfortunes. Series of misfortunes. Misfortune.
不運。
Forbid. Forbid.
許さない。
Forbid smoking. Forbid smoking. Strictly forbidden. Strictly forbidden. Law forbids. Law forbids. Forbid.
禁じる。
Inspiration. Inspiration.
突然のアイデアや影響。
Source of inspiration. Source of inspiration. Seek inspiration. Seek inspiration. Creative inspiration. Creative inspiration. Inspiration.
ひらめき、刺激。
Gleam. Gleam.
わずかな光。
Gleam of hope. Gleam of hope. Eyes gleam. Eyes gleam. Gleaming metal. Gleaming metal. Gleam.
かすかな光、かすかに光る。
Protective. Protective.
安全に保つ。
Protective gear. Protective gear. Protective mother. Protective mother. Protective barrier. Protective barrier. Protective.
保護的な。
Onward. Onward.
前へ進む。
Onward journey. Onward journey. March onward. March onward. Onward progress. Onward progress. Onward.
前方へ、前方への。
Immensely. Immensely.
非常に大きく。
Immensely popular. Immensely popular. Immensely helpful. Immensely helpful. Immensely grateful. Immensely grateful. Immensely.
非常に。
Promptly. Promptly.
遅れずに。
reply promptly, reply promptly, promptly arrive, promptly arrive, promptly dealt with, promptly dealt with, promptly,
即座に。
bump, bump,
ぶつかること、出っ張り。
bump into someone, bump into someone, speed bump, speed bump, feel a bump, feel a bump, bump,
ぶつかる、衝突。
ward, ward,
病院や都市の区分。
hospital ward, hospital ward, intensive care ward, intensive care ward, Tokyo ward, Tokyo ward, ward,
病棟、区。
freshman, freshman,
大学や高校の1年生。
college freshman, college freshman, high school freshman, high school freshman, freshman year, freshman year, freshman,
新入生。
refine, refine,
改善、生成する。
refine a skill, refine a skill, refined sugar, refined sugar, refine manners, refine manners, refine,
洗練する、生成する。
dim, dim,
明るくない。
dim light, dim light, dim the lights, dim the lights, dim memory, dim memory, dim,
薄暗い、薄暗くする。
resume, resume,
再び始める。
resume work, resume work, resume negotiations, resume negotiations, submit a resume, submit a resume, resume,
再開する、履歴書。
eternal, eternal,
永続的な。
eternal love, eternal love, eternal life, eternal life, eternal truth, eternal truth, eternal,
永遠の。
colonial, colonial,
植民地に関する。
colonial rule, colonial rule, colonial power, colonial power, colonial history, colonial history, colonial,
植民地の。
arithmetic, arithmetic,
基本的な数学。
study arithmetic, study arithmetic, arithmetic problem, arithmetic problem, arithmetic skill, arithmetic skill, arithmetic,
算数、算数の。
esteem, esteem,
尊敬、高評価。
hold in esteem, hold in esteem, low self-esteem, low self-esteem, esteem the teacher, esteem the teacher, esteem,
尊敬、尊敬する。
currency, currency,
貨幣制度。
foreign currency, foreign currency, currency exchange, currency exchange, digital currency, digital currency, currency,
通貨。
ridiculous, ridiculous,
非常に馬鹿げた。
ridiculous idea, ridiculous idea, look ridiculous, look ridiculous, utterly ridiculous, utterly ridiculous, ridiculous,
馬鹿げた。
calculation, calculation,
計算すること。
perform calculation, perform calculation, mental calculation, mental calculation, accurate calculation, accurate calculation, calculation,
計算。
terrific, terrific,
非常に良い、激しい。
terrific performance, terrific performance, feel terrific, feel terrific, terrific noise, terrific noise, terrific,
素晴らしい、すごい。
stitch, stitch,
縫う一針。
stitch a wound, stitch a wound, missing stitch, missing stitch, hand stitch, hand stitch, stitch,
縫う、一新。
pasture, pasture,
家畜を放牧する土地。
green pasture, green pasture, graze in pasture, graze in pasture, cattle pasture, cattle pasture, pasture,
牧草地。
thorn, thorn,
植物の鋭い部分。
rose thorn, rose thorn, thorn in the side, thorn in the side, thorn bush, thorn bush, thorn,
トゲ。
twilight, twilight,
日没後の時間。
twilight hours, twilight hours, twilight sky, twilight sky, in the twilight, in the twilight, twilight,
黄昏。
moan, moan,
苦しみの声。
moan in pain, moan in pain, loud moan, loud moan, moan about work, moan about work, moan,
うめき声、うめっく。
lame, lame,
足が不自由な弱い。
lame excuse, lame excuse, lame horse, lame horse, sound lame, sound lame, lame,
足の不自由な、説得力のない。
legally, legally,
法律に従って。
legally allowed, legally allowed, legally binding, legally binding, legally registered, legally registered, legally,
法律的に。
seemingly, seemingly,
見た目には。
seemingly harmless, seemingly harmless, seemingly endless, seemingly endless, seemingly easy, seemingly easy, seemingly,
見たところ。
singular, singular,
一つの珍しい。
singular form, singular form, singular talent, singular talent, singular focus, singular focus, singular,
単数の、異常な。
condemn, condemn,
強く非難、処罰する。
condemn violence, condemn violence, condemn to death, condemn to death, internationally condemned, internationally condemned, condemn,
非難する、有罪判決を下す。
catastrophe, catastrophe,
ひどい出来事。
natural catastrophe, natural catastrophe, economic catastrophe, economic catastrophe, end in catastrophe, end in catastrophe, catastrophe,
大災害、悲劇。
colleague, colleague,
職場の仲間。
trusted colleague, trusted colleague, meet with colleagues, meet with colleagues, former colleague, former colleague, colleague,
同僚。
passionate, passionate,
強い感情を示す。
passionate speech, passionate speech, passionate love, passionate love, passionate about art, passionate about art, passionate,
情熱的な。
diplomatic, diplomatic,
外交または配慮に関する。
diplomatic solution, diplomatic solution, diplomatic relations, diplomatic relations, diplomatic approach, diplomatic approach, diplomatic,
外交の、助裁ない。
widow, widow,
夫を亡くした女性。
war widow, war widow, widow with children, widow with children. Support widows, support widows. Widow,
未亡人、
deadline, deadline.
最終提出時間、
Meet a deadline, meet a deadline. Tight deadline, tight deadline. Project deadline, project deadline. Deadline,
締め切り、
proclaim, proclaim.
公に宣言する、
Proclaim independence, proclaim independence. Proudly proclaim, proudly proclaim. Proclaim victory, proclaim victory. Proclaim,
宣言する、
enlarge, enlarge.
大きくする、
Enlarge a photo, enlarge a photo. Enlarge the image, enlarge the image. Enlarge the scope, enlarge the scope. Enlarge,
拡大する、
stern, stern.
厳格で融通が利かない、
Stern look, stern look. Stern warning, stern warning. Stern teacher, stern teacher. Stern,
厳しい、
ivory, ivory.
象の牙から取れる硬くて白い素材、
Ivory color, ivory color. Ivory trade, ivory trade. Carved ivory, carved ivory. Ivory,
象牙、象牙色の、
outlet, outlet.
出口または販売拠点、
Power outlet, power outlet. Factory outlet, factory outlet. Emotional outlet, emotional outlet. Outlet,
出口、販売店、
steer, steer.
方向を操る、
Steer a car, steer a car. Steer the conversation, steer the conversation. Steer the ship, steer the ship. Steer,
操縦する、
hay, hay.
動物用の乾燥草、
Bale of hay, bale of hay. Hayfield, hayfield. Stack hay, stack hay. Hay,
干し草、
erect, erect.
建てる、建てる、
Erect a monument, erect a monument. Stand erect, stand erect. Erect barriers, erect barriers. Erect,
建てる、
stumble, stumble.
つまずく、ためらう、
Stumble on a stone, stumble on a stone. Stumble through a speech. Stumble through a speech. Stumble upon a clue. Stumble upon a clue. Stumble.
つまずく。
Bug. Bug.
虫またはプログラムの不具合。
Software bug. Software bug. Catch a bug. Catch a bug. Squash a bug. Squash a bug. Bug.
無視、バグ。
Grim. Grim.
厳しい、暗い。
Grim reality. Grim reality. Grim expression. Grim expression. Grim future. Grim future. Grim.
厳しい、陰鬱な。
Cathedral. Cathedral.
大きくて重要な教会。
Gothic cathedral. Gothic cathedral. Visit a cathedral. Visit a cathedral. Cathedral choir. Cathedral choir. Cathedral.
大聖堂。
Robbery. Robbery.
盗みの行為。
Armed robbery. Armed robbery. Bank robbery. Bank robbery. Report a robbery. Report a robbery. Robbery.
強盗。
Slap. Slap.
手で平たく打つこと。
Slap on the face. Slap on the face. Give a slap. Give a slap. Sound of a slap. Sound of a slap. Slap.
平手打ちする、平手打ち。
Awkward. Awkward.
不器用な、居心地の悪い。
Awkward silence. Awkward silence. Awkward moment. Awkward moment. Awkward posture. Awkward posture. Awkward.
気まずい、ぎこちない。
Lark. Lark.
鳥または陽気な行為。
Sing like a lark. Sing like a lark. On a lark. On a lark. Morning lark. Morning lark. Lark.
ひばり、陽気な遊び。
Separation. Separation.
分けること。
Legal separation. Legal separation. Separation anxiety. Separation anxiety. Wall of separation. Wall of separation. Separation.
分離、別離。
Makeup. Makeup.
化粧または構成要素。
Wear makeup. Wear makeup. Genetic makeup. Genetic makeup. Makeup test. Makeup test. Makeup.
化粧、構成。
Dye. Dye.
染めるもの。
Hair dye. Hair dye. Dye fabric. Dye fabric. Natural dye. Natural dye. Dye.
染める、染料。
Swell. Swell.
大きくなる。
Swell with pride. Swell with pride. Swollen ankle. Swollen ankle. Swell in number. Swell in number. Swell.
膨らむ、膨らみ。
Organic. Organic.
自然由来の。
Organic food. Organic food. Organic growth. Organic growth. Certified organic. Certified organic. Organic.
有機の、自然な。
Ideally. Ideally.
最も良い方法で。
Ideally suited. Ideally suited. Ideally located. Ideally located. Live ideally. Live ideally. Ideally.
理想的に。
Dread. Dread.
非常に恐れる。
Dread the worst. Dread the worst. Face with dread. Face with dread. Live in dread. Live in dread. Dread.
恐れる、恐怖。
Oblige. Oblige.
強制する、親切にする。
Feel obliged. Feel obliged. Oblige someone. Oblige someone. Oblige by law. Oblige by law. Oblige.
義務づける、感謝させる。
Perish. Perish.
死ぬ、消える。
Perish in war. Perish in war. Perishable food. Perishable food. Many perished. Many perished. Perish.
死ぬ、滅びる。
Barn. Barn.
農業用の貯蔵建物。
Barn full of hay. Barn full of hay. Open the barn. Open the barn. Barn door. Barn door. Barn.
納屋。
Economist. Economist.
経済を研究する人。
Famous economist. Famous economist. Economic theory. Economic theory. Economist report. Economist report. Economist.
経済学者。
Delightful. Delightful.
とても楽しい。
Delightful evening. Delightful evening. Delightful meal. Delightful meal. Find it delightful. Find it delightful. Delightful.
楽しい。
Exaggerate. Exaggerate.
大げさに言う。
Exaggerate the truth. Exaggerate the truth. Slightly exaggerated. Slightly exaggerated. Tend to exaggerate. Tend to exaggerate. Exaggerate.
誇張する。
Continuous. Continuous.
中断なしの。
Continuous flow. Continuous flow. Continuous noise. Continuous noise. Continuous process. Continuous process. Continuous.
連続的な。
Proven. Proven.
本当であると示された。
Proven method. Proven method. Proven results. Proven results. Scientifically proven. Scientifically proven. Proven.
証明された。
Unity. Unity.
団結、一致。
National unity. National unity. Sense of unity. Sense of unity. Promote unity. Promote unity. Unity.
団結、統一。
Destiny. Destiny.
起こるべき運命。
Believe in destiny. Believe in destiny. Change destiny. Change destiny. Accept your destiny. Accept your destiny. Destiny.
運命。
Recess. Recess.
短い休憩、くぼみ。
School recess. School recess. Recess in the wall. Recess in the wall. Lunch recess. Lunch recess. Recess.
休み時間、くぼみ。
Abundance. Abundance.
大量、豊富。
Live in abundance. Live in abundance. Abundance of food. Abundance of food. Natural abundance. Natural abundance. Abundance.
豊富さ。
Witch. Witch.
魔法の力を持つ女性。
Wicked witch. Wicked witch. Witch hunt. Witch hunt. Fairy tale witch. Fairy tale witch. Witch.
魔女。
Glorious. Glorious.
素晴らしい、栄光に満ちた。
Glorious victory. Glorious victory. Glorious weather. Glorious weather. Glorious past. Glorious past. Glorious.
輝かしい、素晴らしい。
Damp. Damp.
少し湿っている。
Damp cloth. Damp cloth. Damp air. Damp air. Damp the surface. Damp the surface. Damp.
湿った。
Dispose. dispose,
捨てる配置する。
dispose of waste, dispose of waste, properly disposed, properly disposed, dispose items, dispose items, dispose,
処分する。
commotion, commotion,
騒がしい混乱。
cause a commotion, cause a commotion, sudden commotion, sudden commotion, commotion outside, commotion outside, commotion,
騒動。
thermometer, thermometer,
温度を測る器具。
check the thermometer, check the thermometer, digital thermometer, digital thermometer, high thermometer reading, high thermometer reading, thermometer,
温度計。
groan, groan,
苦しみの音。
groan in pain, groan in pain, loud groan, loud groan, groan from the crowd, groan from the crowd, groan,
うめく、うめき声。
consume, consume,
使い切る。
consume energy, consume energy, consume quickly, consume quickly, consume food, consume food, consume,
消費する。
violate, violate,
法律や規則を破る。
violate a rule, violate a rule, violate privacy, violate privacy, violate agreement, violate agreement, violate,
違反する。
frequency, frequency,
何かがどれだけ頻繁に起こるか。
high frequency, high frequency, frequency of use, frequency of use, radio frequency, radio frequency, frequency,
頻度。
agony, agony,
強い苦しみ。
cry in agony, cry in agony, die in agony, die in agony, agonizing pain, agonizing pain, agony,
激しい苦痛。
tempt, tempt,
引きつける、誘惑する。
tempt with sweets, tempt with sweets, too tempting, too tempting, tempt fate, tempt fate, tempt,
誘惑する。
uncommon, uncommon,
めったに見られない。
uncommon name, uncommon name, uncommon situation, uncommon situation, become uncommon, become uncommon, uncommon,
珍しい。
famine, famine,
深刻な食料不足。
severe famine, severe famine, famine relief, famine relief, famine in the region, famine in the region, famine,
飢饉。
punctual, punctual,
時間通りの。
punctual person, punctual person, be punctual, be punctual, punctual arrival, punctual arrival, punctual,
時間を守る。
summon, summon,
来るように呼ぶ。
summon help, summon help, summon to court, summon to court, summon courage, summon courage, summon,
呼び出す、召喚する。
twinkle, twinkle,
キラキラ光る。
star twinkles, star twinkles, twinkle in eyes, twinkle in eyes, twinkle at night, twinkle at night, twinkle,
きらめく、きらめき。
hell, hell,
大きな鳴き声。
wolf howls, wolf howls, howl in pain, howl in pain, howl of wind, howl of wind, hell,
遠吠えする、遠吠え。
stubborn, stubborn,
変わりたがらない。
stubborn child, stubborn child, stubborn attitude, stubborn attitude, remain stubborn, remain stubborn, stubborn,
頑固な。
detour, detour,
遠回り。
take a detour, take a detour, road detour, road detour, detour sign, detour sign, detour,
迂回、迂回する。
flatter, flatter,
過度に褒める。
flatter someone, flatter someone, feel flattered, feel flattered, flatter unnecessarily, flatter unnecessarily, flatter,
お世辞を言う。
inhabit, inhabit,
ある場所に住む。
inhabit the island, inhabit the island, inhabit a region, inhabit a region, densely inhabited, densely inhabited, inhabit,
住む。
frown, frown,
不満を顔に出す。
frown at noise, frown at noise, deep frown, deep frown, frown lines, frown lines, frown,
眉を潜める、しかめっ面。
psychology, psychology,
心の研究。
study psychology, study psychology, clinical psychology, clinical psychology, psychology professor, psychology professor, psychology,
心理学。
prudent, prudent,
慎重で思慮深い。
prudent decision, prudent decision, be prudent, be prudent, financially prudent, financially prudent, prudent,
慎重な。
genuine, genuine,
本物誠実。
genuine smile, genuine smile, genuine product, genuine product, genuine feeling, genuine feeling, genuine,
本物の、誠実な。
conductor, conductor,
案内や指揮をする人。
train conductor, train conductor, orchestra conductor, orchestra conductor, electric conductor, electric conductor, conductor,
指揮者、案内人。
publisher, publisher,
本を出版する人、会社。
major publisher, major publisher, book publisher, book publisher, publisher's logo, publisher's logo, publisher,
出版社、出版社。
monarch, monarch,
王、女王。
absolute monarch, absolute monarch, monarch butterfly, monarch butterfly, the monarch of England, the monarch of England, monarch,
君主。
blaze, blaze,
明るく燃える火。
blaze of fire, blaze of fire, blaze brightly, blaze brightly, news blazed, news blazed, blaze,
燃え上がる、円。
heap, heap,
雑に積まれたもの。
heap of clothes, heap of clothes, heap praise, heap praise, garbage heap, garbage heap, heap,
積み重ねる、山。
exclaim, exclaim,
突然大声で言う。
exclaim with joy, exclaim with joy, exclaim in surprise, exclaim in surprise, exclaim loudly, exclaim loudly, exclaim,
叫ぶ。
sob, sob,
声を出して泣く。
cry and sob, cry and sob, hear a sob, hear a sob, Sob in grief. Sob in grief. Sob.
すすり泣く、すすり泣き。
Chaos. Chaos.
完全な無秩序。
In total chaos. In total chaos. Traffic chaos. Traffic chaos. Create chaos. Create chaos. Chaos.
混沌、大混乱。
Exploration. Exploration.
探検すること。
Space exploration. Space exploration. Exploration of ideas. Exploration of ideas. Oil exploration. Oil exploration. Exploration.
探検。
Detrimental. Detrimental.
害を与える。
Detrimental effect. Detrimental effect. Detrimental to health. Detrimental to health. Environmentally detrimental. Environmentally detrimental. Detrimental.
有害な。
Dialect. Dialect.
地域の言語形式。
Speak in dialect. Speak in dialect. Regional dialect. Regional dialect. Unique dialect. Unique dialect. Dialect.
方言。
Prevention. Prevention.
何かを防ぐこと。
Disease prevention. Disease prevention. Fire prevention. Fire prevention. Crime prevention. Crime prevention. Prevention.
予防、防止。
Undertake. Undertake.
責任を引き受ける。
Undertake a project. Undertake a project. Undertake a task. Undertake a task. Undertake responsibility. Undertake responsibility. Undertake.
引き受ける。
Reluctant. Reluctant.
やりたくない。
Reluctant to speak. Reluctant to speak. Reluctant agreement. Reluctant agreement. Reluctant reply. Reluctant reply. Reluctant.
気が進まない。
Neutral. Neutral.
どちらにも偏らない。
Stay neutral. Stay neutral. Neutral color. Neutral color. Neutral position. Neutral position. Neutral.
中立の。
Influential. Influential.
影響を及ぼす力を持つ。
Influential person. Influential person. Highly influential. Highly influential. Influential leader. Influential leader. Influential.
影響力のある。
Midday. Midday.
一日の真ん中。
Arrive at midday. Arrive at midday. Midday sun. Midday sun. Midday meal. Midday meal. Midday.
正午。
Acquaint. Acquaint.
知らせる、紹介する。
Acquaint with rules. Acquaint with rules. Acquaint oneself with. Acquaint oneself with. Acquaint new staff. Acquaint new staff. Acquaint.
知らせる、知り合いにさせる。
Apparatus. Apparatus.
道具または装置。
Lab apparatus. Lab apparatus. Firefighting apparatus. Firefighting apparatus. Complex apparatus. Complex apparatus. Apparatus.
装置、機器。
Cradle. Cradle.
赤ちゃんのベッド、優しく抱く。
Rock the cradle. Rock the cradle. Cradle of civilization. Cradle of civilization. Cradle the phone. Cradle the phone. Cradle.
ゆりかご、あやす。
Noun. Noun.
名前を表す言葉。
Common noun. Common noun. Proper noun. Proper noun. Countable noun. Countable noun. Noun.
名詞。
Foam. Foam.
小さな泡の集まり。
Shaving foam. Shaving foam. Foam mattress. Foam mattress. Foam at the mouth. Foam at the mouth. Foam.
ほ、泡立つ。
Forgetful. Forgetful.
よくものを忘れる。
Become forgetful. Become forgetful. Forgetful behavior. Forgetful behavior. Forgetful old man. Forgetful old man. Forgetful.
忘れっぽい。
Disgrace. Disgrace.
尊敬を失うこと。
Bring disgrace. Bring disgrace. Public disgrace. Public disgrace. Disgraced official. Disgraced official. Disgrace.
不名誉、恥をかかせる。
Scar. Scar.
皮膚に残る跡。
Deep scar. Deep scar. Emotional scar. Emotional scar. Scar from surgery. Scar from surgery. Scar.
傷跡、傷を残す。
Disappointed. Disappointed.
期待外れでがっかりした。
Feel disappointed. Feel disappointed. Look disappointed. Look disappointed. Disappointed in result. Disappointed in result. Disappointed.
がっかりした。
grocery, grocery,
食品を売る店。
go to grocery, go to grocery, grocery shopping, grocery shopping, buy groceries, buy groceries, grocery,
食料雑貨店、食料品。
throne, throne,
君主の座る椅子。
ascend the throne, ascend the throne, heir to the throne, heir to the throne, royal throne, royal throne, throne,
王位、王座。
pullover, pullover,
ボタンのないセータ
wear a pullover, wear a pullover, wool pullover, wool pullover, pullover jumper, pullover jumper, pullover,
ー。プルオーバー。
accommodation, accommodation,
宿泊場所適用。
book accommodation, book accommodation, student accommodation, student accommodation, adaptation and accommodation, adaptation and accommodation, accommodation,
宿泊施設、適用。
architect, architect,
建物を設計する人。
famous architect, famous architect, building architect, building architect, chief architect, chief architect, architect,
建築家。
stride, stride,
大股で歩く進歩。
take a stride, take a stride, make great strides, make great strides, stride confidently, stride confidently, stride,
大股に歩く進歩。
mummy, mummy,
保存された死体。
ancient mummy, ancient mummy, Egyptian mummy, Egyptian mummy, mummy in a tomb, mummy in a tomb, mummy,
ミイラ。
assignment, assignment,
与えられた仕事や課題。
homework assignment, homework assignment, complete an assignment, complete an assignment, class assignment, class assignment, assignment,
課題、任務。
impatient, impatient,
待つのが苦手。
impatient tone, impatient tone, get impatient, get impatient, impatient for results, impatient for results, impatient,
せっかちな、我慢できない。
inquire, inquire,
情報を求める。
inquire about prices, inquire about prices, inquire politely, inquire politely, Inquire further. Inquire further. Inquire.
尋ねる。
Murmur. Murmur.
静かな音または静かに話す。
Soft murmur. Soft murmur. Murmur in sleep. Murmur in sleep. Murmur complaints. Murmur complaints. Murmur.
ささやく、ささやき。
Acute. Acute.
鋭い深刻な。
Acute pain. Acute pain. Acute angle. Acute angle. Acute sense. Acute sense. Acute.
鋭い、深刻な。
Undergraduate. Undergraduate.
大学生。
Undergraduate degree. Undergraduate degree. Undergraduate studies. Undergraduate studies. Undergraduate program. Undergraduate program. Undergraduate.
大学生。
Invasion. Invasion.
望ましくない侵入。
Military invasion. Military invasion. Invasion of privacy. Invasion of privacy. Alien invasion. Alien invasion. Invasion.
侵略、侵入。
Plunge. Plunge.
急に落ちる、突っ込む。
Plunge into water. Plunge into water. Plunge in prices. Plunge in prices. Take the plunge. Take the plunge. Plunge.
飛び込む、突入。
Perfume. Perfume.
良い香り。
Wear perfume. Wear perfume. Sweet perfume. Sweet perfume. Perfume the air. Perfume the air. Perfume.
香水、香りをつける。
Halt. Halt.
止まる、停止させる。
Bring to a halt. Bring to a halt. Halt the project. Halt the project. Come to a halt. Come to a halt. Halt.
止まる、停止。
Provider. Provider.
何かを供給する人。
Service provider. Service provider. Main provider. Main provider. Healthcare provider. Healthcare provider. Provider.
提供者、供給者。
Mischief. Mischief.
ふざけた悪さ。
Get into mischief. Get into mischief. Childish mischief. Childish mischief. Harmless mischief. Harmless mischief. Mischief.
いたずら、悪ふざけ。
Sneeze. Sneeze.
急に鼻から息を吹く。
Sneeze loudly. Sneeze loudly. Can't stop sneezing. Can't stop sneezing. Cover your sneeze. Cover your sneeze. Sneeze.
くしゃみをする、くしゃみ。
Roar. Roar.
大きくて深い音。
Lion roars. Lion roars. Roar of laughter. Roar of laughter. Engine roar. Engine roar. Roar.
吠える、吠え声。
Plainly. Plainly.
はっきりと。
Plainly visible. Plainly visible. Speak plainly. Speak plainly. Plainly wrong. Plainly wrong. Plainly.
明白に、率直に。
Shipping. Shipping.
物を送ること。
Free shipping. Free shipping. International shipping. International shipping. Shipping fee. Shipping fee. Shipping.
発送、輸送。
Architecture. Architecture.
建物の設計。
Modern architecture. Modern architecture. Study architecture. Study architecture. Architecture style. Architecture style. Architecture.
建築。
Uncover. Uncover.
明らかにする。
Uncover secrets. Uncover secrets. Uncover the truth. Uncover the truth. Uncover evidence. Uncover evidence. Uncover.
明らかにする、発見する。
Embassy. Embassy.
外交の代表機関。
Visit the embassy. Visit the embassy. Embassy staff. Embassy staff. Embassy building. Embassy building. Embassy.
大使館。
Pessimistic. Pessimistic.
悪い結果を予想する。
Pessimistic view. Pessimistic view. Feel pessimistic. Feel pessimistic. Pessimistic attitude. Pessimistic attitude. Pessimistic.
悲観的な。
Assurance. Assurance.
保証、自信。
Give assurance. Give assurance. Self-assurance. Self-assurance. Insurance assurance. Insurance assurance. Assurance.
保証、確信。
Evaluate. Evaluate.
評価する。
Evaluate performance. Evaluate performance. Evaluate results. Evaluate results. Carefully evaluate. Carefully evaluate. Evaluate.
評価する。
Graceful. Graceful.
動きが優雅な。
graceful dancer, graceful dancer, graceful posture, graceful posture, graceful movements, graceful movements, graceful,
優雅な。
abolish, abolish,
正式に終わらせる。
abolish slavery, abolish slavery, abolish a law, abolish a law, abolish tradition, abolish tradition, abolish,
廃止する。
carve, carve,
形に切る。
carve a statue, carve a statue, carve meat, carve meat, carve initials, carve initials, carve,
掘る、切る。
portray, portray,
描く、演じる。
portray a character, portray a character, accurately portray, accurately portray, portray emotions, portray emotions, portray,
描写する、演じる。
remarkably, remarkably,
著しく。
remarkably well, remarkably well, remarkably different, remarkably different, remarkably improved, remarkably improved, remarkably,
著しく、目立って。
exceed, exceed,
限度を超える。
exceed expectations, exceed expectations, exceed the limit, exceed the limit, exceed in number, exceed in number, exceed,
超える。
revive, revive,
再び元気にする。
revive a tradition, revive a tradition, revive the patient, revive the patient, revive interest, revive interest, revive,
生き返る、復活させる。
deprive, deprive,
奪う。
deprive of rights, deprive of rights, deprive children of sleep, deprive children of sleep, deprive access, deprive access, deprive,
奪う。
legend, legend,
伝統的な話、有名な人物。
ancient legend, ancient legend, sports legend, sports legend, legend of the hero, legend of the hero, legend,
伝説、伝説的人物。
complexity, complexity,
複雑であること。
technical complexity, technical complexity, understand the complexity, understand the complexity, deal with complexity, deal with complexity, complexity,
複雑さ、
overtake, overtake,
追い越す、
overtake a car, overtake a car, overtake in race, overtake in race, overtake rivals, overtake rivals, overtake,
追い越す、
harmless, harmless,
害のない、
harmless joke, harmless joke, completely harmless, completely harmless, harmless creature, harmless creature, harmless,
無害な、
consent, consent,
同意、許可、
give consent, give consent, parental consent, parental consent, consent form, consent form, consent,
同意、同意する、
ornament, ornament,
飾り、
Christmas ornament, Christmas ornament, wall ornament, wall ornament, ornament the room, ornament the room, ornament,
装飾、飾る、
idiot, idiot,
非常に愚かな人、
act like an idiot, act like an idiot, feel like an idiot, feel like an idiot, complete idiot, complete idiot, idiot,
バカ、
plural, plural,
複数、
plural form, plural form, plural nouns, plural nouns, plural endings, plural endings, plural,
複数形、複数の、
provincial, provincial,
地方の、
provincial town, provincial town, provincial government, provincial government, provincial culture, provincial culture, provincial,
地方の、
removal, removal,
取り除くこと、
stain removal, stain removal, removal of trash, removal of trash, removal service, removal service, removal,
除去、移動、
diarrhea, diarrhea,
水曜便、
severe diarrhea, severe diarrhea, suffer from diarrhea, suffer from diarrhea, diarrhea medicine, diarrhea medicine, diarrhea,
下痢、
brim, brim,
塩分あふれそう、
brim of a hat, brim of a hat, brim with joy, brim with joy, fill to the brim, Fill to the brim. Brim.
円まで満たす。
Dwelling. Dwelling.
住む場所。
Traditional dwelling. Traditional dwelling. Urban dwelling. Urban dwelling. Permanent dwelling. Permanent dwelling. Dwelling.
住居。
Gravity. Gravity.
引力重大さ。
Law of gravity. Law of gravity. Gravity of the situation. Gravity of the situation. Defy gravity. Defy gravity. Gravity.
重力、重大さ。
Diverse. Diverse.
多様な。
Diverse cultures. Diverse cultures. Diverse opinions. Diverse opinions. Diverse group. Diverse group. Diverse.
多様な。
Pledge. Pledge.
固い約束。
Pledge of loyalty. Pledge of loyalty. Pledge money. Pledge money. Pledge to support. Pledge to support. Pledge.
制約、誓う。
Anticipation. Anticipation.
期待。
In anticipation of. In anticipation of. Eager anticipation. Eager anticipation. Filled with anticipation. Filled with anticipation. Anticipation.
予期、期待。
Simultaneously. Simultaneously.
同じ時間に。
Speak simultaneously. Speak simultaneously. Run simultaneously. Run simultaneously. Occur simultaneously. Occur simultaneously. Simultaneously.
同時に。
Soak. Soak.
完全に濡らす。
Soak in water. Soak in water. Get soaked. Get soaked. Soak clothes. Soak clothes. Soak.
浸す、びしょ濡れにする。
Supplement. Supplement.
追加、補うもの。
Dietary supplement. Dietary supplement. Supplement income. Supplement income. Supplement with notes. Supplement with notes. Supplement.
補足、補う。
Inevitably. Inevitably.
避けられずに。
Inevitably fail. Inevitably fail. Inevitably lead to. Inevitably lead to. React inevitably. React inevitably. Inevitably.
必然的に。
Crouch. Crouch.
低くかがむ。
crouch down, crouch down. Crouch in fear, crouch in fear. Crouch behind, crouch behind. Crouch,
しゃがむ、
rip, rip.
引き裂く、
Rip the paper, rip the paper. Rip jeans, rip jeans. Big rip, big rip. Rip,
裂く、裂け目、
supervision, supervision.
監督すること、
Under supervision, under supervision. Close supervision, close supervision. Need supervision, need supervision. Supervision,
監督、指導、
comical, comical.
おかしな、
Comical expression, comical expression. Comical scene, comical scene. Look comical, look comical. Comical,
滑稽な、
counsel, counsel.
助言法律支援、
Seek counsel, seek counsel. Legal counsel, legal counsel. Counsel patience, counsel patience. Counsel,
助言、助言する、
metaphor, metaphor.
比喩、
Use a metaphor, use a metaphor. Powerful metaphor, powerful metaphor. Metaphor for life, metaphor for life. Metaphor,
比喩、隠喩、
compensation, compensation.
損失への補償、
Seek compensation, seek compensation. Financial compensation, financial compensation. Compensation package, compensation package. Compensation,
補償、
impolite, impolite.
礼儀正しくない、
Impolite behavior, impolite behavior. Impolite remark, impolite remark. Impolite tone, impolite tone. Impolite,
失礼な、
pastry, pastry.
焼いた甘い食べ物、
Eat a pastry, eat a pastry. Pastry shop, pastry shop. Delicious pastry, delicious pastry. Pastry,
焼き菓子、
remainder, remainder.
残っているもの、
The remainder of the day, the remainder of the day. Remainder of books, remainder of books. Leave a remainder, leave a remainder. Remainder,
残り、
biography, biography.
人生の記録。
Read a biography. Read a biography. Famous biography. Famous biography. Biography of a leader. Biography of a leader. Biography.
伝記。
Persistent. Persistent.
諦めない。
Persistent effort. Persistent effort. Persistent noise. Persistent noise. Persistent rain. Persistent rain. Persistent.
粘り強い。
Rubbish. Rubbish.
ゴミ、無駄なこと。
Throw away rubbish. Throw away rubbish. Talk rubbish. Talk rubbish. Household rubbish. Household rubbish. Rubbish.
ゴミ、くだらないこと。
Shameful. Shameful.
恥ずかしい。
Shameful behavior. Shameful behavior. Shameful secret. Shameful secret. Shameful history. Shameful history. Shameful.
恥ずべき。
Vanity. Vanity.
過度な自尊心。
Full of vanity. Full of vanity. Personal vanity. Personal vanity. Vanity project. Vanity project. Vanity.
虚栄心、うぬぼれ。
Umpire. Umpire.
ルールを監督する人。
Baseball umpire. Baseball umpire. Act as umpire. Act as umpire. Argue with the umpire. Argue with the umpire. Umpire.
審判する。
Intensity. Intensity.
極度、強さ。
Emotional intensity. Emotional intensity. Light intensity. Light intensity. High intensity. High intensity. Intensity.
激しさ。
Diplomat. Diplomat.
外交を担当する人。
Skilled diplomat. Skilled diplomat. Foreign diplomat. Foreign diplomat. Act as a diplomat. Act as a diplomat. Diplomat.
外交官。
Naval. Naval.
海軍に関する。
Naval base. Naval base. Naval force. Naval force. Naval battle. Naval battle. Naval.
海軍の。
Sway. Sway.
揺れる、支配する。
Sway in wind. Sway in wind. Under one's sway. Under one's sway. Sway opinion. Sway opinion. Sway.
揺れる、揺れ。
microscope, microscope,
小さなものを見る器具。
use a microscope, use a microscope, microscope lens, microscope lens, view under microscope, view under microscope, microscope,
顕微鏡。
probe, probe,
詳しく調べる。
space probe, space probe, probe into the truth, probe into the truth, probe carefully, probe carefully, probe,
探査する、探査。
geometry, geometry,
図形を扱う数学分野。
study geometry, study geometry, geometry problem, geometry problem, Euclidean geometry, Euclidean geometry, geometry,
幾何学。
fuzzy, fuzzy,
はっきりしない。
fuzzy picture, fuzzy picture, fuzzy memory, fuzzy memory, fuzzy logic, fuzzy logic, fuzzy,
ぼやけた、曖昧な。
skyscraper, skyscraper,
とても高いビル。
build a skyscraper, build a skyscraper, skyscraper in city, skyscraper in city, glass skyscraper, glass skyscraper, skyscraper,
超高層ビル。
deceit, deceit,
騙す行為。
practice deceit, practice deceit, web of deceit, web of deceit, lie and deceit, lie and deceit, deceit,
詐欺、ごまかし。
rebellion, rebellion,
組織的な犯行。
start a rebellion, start a rebellion, crush a rebellion, crush a rebellion, act of rebellion, act of rebellion, rebellion,
反乱。
isolation, isolation,
一人でいること。
social isolation, social isolation, isolation room, isolation room, emotional isolation, emotional isolation, isolation,
孤立、隔離。
nobility, nobility,
高潔さ、貴族。
born into nobility, born into nobility, nobility of spirit, nobility of spirit, ancient nobility, ancient nobility, nobility,
高貴、貴族。
spit, spit,
唾を出す。
spit on ground, spit on ground, spit blood, Spit blood. Spit in anger. Spit in anger. Spit.
唾を吐く、吐き出す。
Obstacle. Obstacle.
妨げるもの。
Overcome an obstacle. Overcome an obstacle. Main obstacle. Main obstacle. Face obstacles. Face obstacles. Obstacle.
障害。
Chairperson. Chairperson.
会議の指導者。
Act as chairperson. Act as chairperson. Committee chairperson. Committee chairperson. Chairperson's duties. Chairperson's duties. Chairperson.
議長、司会者。
Embarrassed. Embarrassed.
恥ずかしい気持ち。
Look embarrassed. Look embarrassed. Feel embarrassed. Feel embarrassed. Embarrassed silence. Embarrassed silence. Embarrassed.
恥ずかしい。
Plentiful. Plentiful.
大量の。
Plentiful food. Plentiful food. Plentiful supply. Plentiful supply. Plentiful resources. Plentiful resources. Plentiful.
豊富な。
Orchard. Orchard.
果樹を育てる場所。
Apple orchard. Apple orchard. Orchard in bloom. Orchard in bloom. Visit an orchard. Visit an orchard. Orchard.
果樹園。
Fatigue. Fatigue.
極度の疲労。
Feel fatigue. Feel fatigue. Mental fatigue. Mental fatigue. Fatigue sets in. Fatigue sets in. Fatigue.
疲労、疲れさせる。
Attendance. Attendance.
出席すること。
School attendance. School attendance. High attendance. High attendance. Check attendance. Check attendance. Attendance.
出席、出席者数。
Probability. Probability.
起こる可能性。
High probability. High probability. Calculate probability. Calculate probability. Probability of rain. Probability of rain. Probability.
確率。
Prediction. Prediction.
将来に関する予想。
Make a prediction. Make a prediction. Accurate prediction. Accurate prediction. Weather prediction. Weather prediction. Prediction.
予測。
Ownership. Ownership.
所有すること。
Claim ownership. Claim ownership. Transfer ownership. Transfer ownership. Proof of ownership. Proof of ownership. Ownership.
所有権。
Equation. Equation.
数学の式。
Solve an equation. Solve an equation. Mathematical equation. Mathematical equation. Complex equation. Complex equation. Equation.
方程式、等式。
Accounting. Accounting.
財務記録。
Study accounting. Study accounting. Accounting firm. Accounting firm. Basic accounting. Basic accounting. Accounting.
会計、経理。
Shatter. Shatter.
激しく壊す。
Shatter glass. Shatter glass. Shatter dreams. Shatter dreams. Shatter confidence. Shatter confidence. Shatter.
粉々にする。
Preliminary. Preliminary.
本番の前の。
Preliminary test. Preliminary test. Preliminary results. Preliminary results. Preliminary meeting. Preliminary meeting. Preliminary.
予備の、準備の。
Endurance. Endurance.
持ちこたえる力。
Mental endurance. Mental endurance. Build endurance. Build endurance. Test of endurance. Test of endurance. Endurance.
忍耐、持久力。
Fleet. Fleet.
船や車両の集団。
Naval fleet. Naval fleet. Truck fleet. Truck fleet. Fleet of taxis. Fleet of taxis. Fleet.
艦隊、車両群。
Comet. Comet.
尾を持つ宇宙の天体。
See a comet. See a comet. Bright comet. Bright comet. Halley's comet. Halley's comet. Comet.
彗星。
Cozy. Cozy.
快適で暖かい。
Cozy room. Cozy room. Feel cozy. Feel cozy. Cozy atmosphere. Cozy atmosphere. Cozy.
居心地の良い。
Speculation. Speculation.
証拠のない考え。
Pure speculation. Pure speculation. Market speculation. Market speculation. Engage in speculation. Engage in speculation. Speculation.
推測、投機。
execute, execute,
計画を実行、法的に処刑。
execute a plan, execute a plan, execute a program, execute a program, execute a criminal, execute a criminal, execute,
実行する、処刑する。
masterpiece, masterpiece,
優れた作品。
artistic masterpiece, artistic masterpiece, create a masterpiece, create a masterpiece, literary masterpiece, literary masterpiece, masterpiece,
傑作。
none, none,
宗教に身を捧げる女性。
Catholic nun, Catholic nun, become a nun, become a nun, nun in a convent, nun in a convent, nun,
修道所。
discrimination, discrimination,
不公平な扱い。
racial discrimination, racial discrimination, gender discrimination, gender discrimination, fight discrimination, fight discrimination, discrimination,
差別。
bounce, bounce,
跳ね返る。
bounce a ball, bounce a ball, high bounce, high bounce, bounce off the wall, bounce off the wall, bounce,
跳ねる、跳ね返り。
blueprint, blueprint,
詳細な計画。
architectural blueprint, architectural blueprint, follow the blueprint, follow the blueprint, blueprint for success, blueprint for success, blueprint,
設計図、計画。
disturbing, disturbing,
不安や心配を引き起こす。
disturbing news, disturbing news, disturbing behavior, disturbing behavior, find it disturbing, find it disturbing, disturbing,
不安にさせる、動揺させる。
attentive, attentive,
注意を払う。
attentive listener, attentive listener, be attentive to, be attentive to, attentive service, attentive service, attentive,
注意深い。
mock, mock,
真似してから買う、偽の。
mock exam, mock exam, mock someone, mock someone, mock battle, mock battle, mock,
からかう、模擬の。
receptionist, receptionist,
来訪者を迎える人。
friendly receptionist, friendly receptionist, hotel receptionist, Hotel receptionist. Call the receptionist. Call the receptionist. Receptionist.
受付係。
Identification. Identification.
身元証明識別。
Show identification. Show identification. Facial identification. Facial identification. Require identification. Require identification. Identification.
身分証明識別。
Prey. Prey.
狩られる動物犠牲者。
Natural prey. Natural prey. Fall prey to. Fall prey to. Prey animal. Prey animal. Prey.
獲物犠牲。
Shrine. Shrine.
神聖な場所。
Visit a shrine. Visit a shrine. Shinto shrine. Shinto shrine. Shrine festival. Shrine festival. Shrine.
神社聖地。
Solitary. Solitary.
一人の。
Solitary life. Solitary life. Solitary confinement. Solitary confinement. Solitary tree. Solitary tree. Solitary.
孤独な単独の。
Diminish. Diminish.
減少させる。
Diminish returns. Diminish returns. Diminish importance. Diminish importance. Pain diminishes. Pain diminishes. Diminish.
減らす小さくする。
Cue. Cue.
行動の合図。
Give a cue. Give a cue. Visual cue. Visual cue. Miss the cue. Miss the cue. Cue.
合図きっかけ。
Scramble. Scramble.
素早く動く争う。
Scramble for seats. Scramble for seats. Scramble up the hill. Scramble up the hill. Scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs. Scramble.
4時登る奪い合い。
Counselor. Counselor.
評議会のメンバー。
City councilor. City councilor. Elected counselor. Elected counselor. Speak to a counselor. Speak to a counselor. Counselor.
議員評議員。
Federation. Federation.
連合体。
Federal government. Federal government. Sports federation. Sports federation. Join a federation. Join a federation. Federation.
連邦連合。
Inexpensive. inexpensive,
高くない、
inexpensive item, inexpensive item, inexpensive restaurant, inexpensive restaurant, relatively inexpensive, relatively inexpensive, inexpensive,
安価な、
astronomer, astronomer,
宇宙を研究する科学者、
famous astronomer, famous astronomer, work as an astronomer, work as an astronomer, astronomer's telescope, astronomer's telescope, astronomer,
天文学者、
multitude, multitude,
多くの人や物、
multitude of stars, multitude of stars, great multitude, great multitude, multitude of reasons, multitude of reasons, multitude,
多数、
lumber, lumber,
建築用の木材、
cut lumber, cut lumber, pile of lumber, pile of lumber, lumber mill, lumber mill, lumber,
木材、
hostile, hostile,
敵対的、
hostile attitude, hostile attitude, hostile takeover, hostile takeover, feel hostile, feel hostile, hostile,
敵意のある、
bilingual, bilingual,
二つの言語を話す、
bilingual child, bilingual child, bilingual education, bilingual education, become bilingual, become bilingual, bilingual,
二言語を話す、
insistence, insistence,
強い要求、
her insistence, her insistence, insistence on honesty, insistence on honesty, refuse with insistence, refuse with insistence, insistence,
主張、強調、
administrative, administrative,
管理に関する、
administrative tasks, administrative tasks, administrative office, administrative office, administrative duties, administrative duties, administrative,
管理の、行政の、
staircase, staircase,
階段、
climb the staircase, climb the staircase, spiral staircase, spiral staircase, grand staircase, grand staircase, staircase,
階段、